In today's video, folks, I'm going to Kaiser Subs and Subway to find out who makes the best cold cut sandwich in the Halifax area. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, here we are approaching the first stop, Subway. Next stop will be Kaiser's. Here we go, folks. Last stop, Kaiser's Sub and Sandwich Shop. Right there. Okay, folks, here is what we're dealing with today. So we have here the Kaiser Sub. Man, what a difference appearance-wise between the two. And I just want to do this one little experiment first. Let's put this in front of the Kaiser's. So it looks like the Kaiser Sub is definitely bigger, and it did cost a little bit more. The Kaiser Sub came to a total of $8 with taxes. The Subway Sub came to $6.10. So let's go through the Kaiser's Sub here, and I'll drop the price down below. So this comes with, the meats are salami, pepperoni, and Black Forest ham. It comes with Spanish onions, thinly sliced, lettuce, tomato. It comes with pickles, but I don't put that on there. But look at that, folks. And tomato. Nice pieces of tomato there. And I also have mayonnaise, and they put sub oil on it as well. Now let's have a look at the Subway one. I wanted to make it like for like, so I ordered their plain white bread. I can tell you, from a softness point of view, this Kaiser Sub compared to this feels stale, which is surprising because Subway makes them fresh in their store. But this bun is stale. Now let's open it up. The meats, you may be surprised to know this. I looked them up today when I ordered it because I don't really eat a lot at Subway. But here's the meats that are on it. It has luncheon meat, bologna, and salami. I don't think bologna has any place on a cold cut subs. When I think of cold cuts, I think of pastrami, I think of salami, I think of pepperoni, Black Forest ham, things like that, not luncheon meat. But here we go, folks. I got them to put the cheese on there, I got them to put some sub oil on there, and some mayonnaise, and I have some lettuce and tomato and onion. They don't have Spanish onion, so it's the red onion. But there we have the two subs, folks. A little bit longer to go through the ingredients, but we do have two of them here. Folks, I'm going in. Okay, folks, here we are. I'm looking forward to this one. I'd like to thank Hey There, How Are You, who commented the other day about, it would be good to do a sub review. So I thought, what better place to start with than one of the largest sub chains that we have in Halifax. One of the largest sub chains in the world, but we happen to have one in Halifax. I know there are others, but we don't have a lot of international chains here in Halifax. So I'm putting Subway up against what could be arguably Halifax's best sub place, which is Kaiser Subs in Lower Sackville. It's been a staple since the 70s. We're going to find out who has the best cold cuts. Here we go. Let's start out with the Subway. Let's go in for a taste. Good. You can really taste the bologna and the luncheon meat. It's like I'm having a bologna sandwich. Now for these, Even though I have the option that I could heat them, I wanted to make this like for like, so they're cold. Now, the one difference between the two sandwiches, I didn't mention it in the ingredients, is that the Kaiser sub doesn't come with cheese, where the Subway one does. For me, that doesn't really make much of a difference. I don't think the cheese makes the sub. It's the ingredients that are on it. So again, here's the Subway one I just took a bite of. Just see in there. And here's the Kaiser one that I'm going to take a bite out of right now. Here we go, folks. Now, for this, I'm going to have to jam some of this stuff inside because it truly is packed in there. You can see. Not even close, folks. Not even close. This is delicious. When you bite into the Subway one, you're biting through the hard, stale bread, because this bread is stale. Listen, I'll put it on my mic. Hear that? Now let's do the same thing to this one. Soft. This is hard. This one is soft, pillowy soft. And when you bite in, you get that luncheon meat flavor and the bologna right behind it. You might as well not even bother with the salami on it because you're losing all of that deli flavor with the luncheon meat and the bologna. This was $1.80 cheaper, but it's smaller, and the bread is stale, and the meats are nowhere near the quality that's on the Kaiser sub. I would rather pay the $1.80 to get Black Forest ham, to get pepperoni, to get salami, and it's an all beef salami on the Kaiser sub. The Subway sub, I would give it maybe 1 thumbs up. The Kaiser sub, when you bite into that, you get the deli meat right away, and then you crunch into those thinly sliced Spanish onions. You get the tomato and the lettuce and just exploding in behind it. The Kaiser sub, folks, is arguably one of the best subs I've ever tasted. Actually, there's no argument. It's me making that decision. I'm not saying it for everybody. But for me, this is the best sub that I've ever eaten. I've had it before. It's not something that I get all that often. But having this today reminds me about how good Kaiser subs are. If you're ever in the Halifax area and you've never had a Kaiser sub, or if you live in the Halifax area and you've never had a Kaiser sub, I would recommend that you go there. This is a delicious sub. It doesn't even compare to the Subway sub. Folks, delicious. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. If there's any other sub places around in the Halifax area, if you're from here and you know of another sub place, maybe that I can put Kaiser's up against, let me know. The good thing about subs, as long as you're ordering them cold and not eating them, doesn't matter if it's about 10 or 15 minutes away. I don't mind the extra drive to taste the sandwich. One of these I'm going to eat now for lunch. I think I'm going to eat the Subway one for lunch, and I'm going to save this one for supper. Again, the size between the two, not even close. And the packedness of the sub on how much is in it, not even close. So although the prices are different, Kaiser's, you're getting more bang for your buck, in my opinion. That does it, folks. That takes us to the end. I'm going to finish the Subway one off, but I'm probably going to take another bite of the Kaiser's one just to tide me over until supper time. But I want to end this by thanking everybody for taking the time to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And I especially appreciate it if you're new here and you stuck with the video this long. Thank you. There should be a video popping up that YouTube thinks that you may like, and then also a playlist. If it is something that you like, then please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you along for the ride. Thanks again, everyone. Brady score on the Kaiser sub and a 1 thumbs up on the Subway sub. Basically, it's just a bologna sandwich. Glorified bologna sandwich. Thanks again, everyone. Jamie, signing off. So good.